tape here and
victories, including 8 victories.
Got 2 plans. Strategy A, come to him, or he could go after you.
He's going to give us a demonstration of
win.
This vision you went through with him before, you know, there's that he lost to every one of those guys.
This hook from Clottey, we just saw hands.
And he's very difficult. The Dorito just could not hit him back in Atlantic City last year.
What do you think makes him unorthodox? Makes him difficult.
Well, he knows how to slip punches very well. You know, see the way he pulls back there. He pulls straight back, which is generally a no-no, but he's with his left. It's really a left.
Absolutely a complete fight in this mix. There's so deserves it. Walk Clottey down here just for.
All right, we're going to take a look at that little bobble here by Felix Flores.
Just trying to box here while they need to rush. Just check out how the guy moves and feel his power everywhere. He's got every punch in the book.
Yeah, but you know, you see Flores. Now, here's a guy who came in, maybe I'll try to box tonight. I think he gave it a time, wasn't real comfortable, and now he's going to fight the fight that he normally fights. Yeah. Which, and you know what? It really is.
And in the corner, they were urging him to unload that right hand a lot more, and he's doing it. Now he's standing and duking with Clottey. Clottey turns him, runs him into a little left hand there, and the way action is excellent here.
They're both short inside punchers. Now the thing is, you are playing extent here. You know, he's playing Clottey's game, and you have to think Clottey is better at this game than Flores is.
Well, as Wally mentioned, a lot of the boxing being abandoned, certainly by Felix Flores in the gold. There's that double hook. He stopped punching. Bayless to the midsection was borderline, and he went upstairs with a right hand. So Flores really using that right hand a lot more.
And he's chosen to trade, you know, like, you know, jab is just not his stock and trade. He's not going to be able to outbox him.
You know, they both have good power, so maybe he feels, hey, I can hang with him. I've tasted it, and this is my only chance, as you said. And I can punch as hard as this guy. And as you said, it makes for high entertainment here on Fight Night. Oh, right. There's that uppercut from Clottey from somewhat of a distance, actually. Follow-up right hand. Flores, there's that jab, right hand, and then followed with a hook. So Flores trying to string punches together. He walked into a couple of shots, but he kept punching. Looks like Clottey likes that. Found a home with it.
He's probably the best purveyor of the uppercut. You know, it's a punch that's not thrown by a lot of guys anymore, but he does a terrific job of it.
Yeah, that's really saying something. So Clottey in the corners twice here and electing the front man there.
All right, let's take a look now. You see the uppercuts from Clottey. You know,
just a little bit out of sync. Clottey nails Flores. Time right hand clipped Flores on the.
Yes, he is. But you know what? It's all
one thing to watch Clottey and tumble fighter in the center. A lot of head clashes.
Boxing gyms since the
neighborhood, the Bukum neighborhood. Great fighters. Clottey come out of there. Clottey, all of those guys, assuming they've just produced legends.
This is rather. It could be a way to take a breather.
Still trying to cut
you comfortable. You know, even a
fighter. He's not just to be pressing forward.
Clottey is saying at this point.
Flores not punching his way in, and that's why he's just.
It's moving on him.
Definitely here to fight, not just.
Clottey's had hand problems. Well, he hurt both hands. Margarito. You wonder if his hands are hurting him now, and that's why he chose to box that round.
We'll give that some thought as we close out in Las Vegas. Clottey's corner, Wally dispelling suspicion, saying, "Don't move so much," basically. So it seems that the hands may not be hurting.
Well, not necessarily, because you heard the last thing they said to him: throw the right hand to the body, which is what boxers generally do.
Well,
you know, I looked at it. I got a good look. You know, Clottey showed me both his hands today. He has protruding knuckles. So, you know, just to dispel another misconception, he did not break a hand against Margarito, but both of those knuckles were bruised, and that's the middle knuckle on both hands.
Well, that's a great too many times without punching, and Clottey backing up. That real tight defense, that at times. He's thrown a lot of punches, we see, through the 3 rounds, or weights again. So, again, in terms of a bit more economy, in my opinion, for Flores walking in without punching.
Well, yeah, but this is basically the way he fights, Nick. You know, and I think that Clottey, you think, quite honestly, that Flores can win the fight this way. But frankly, I don't think he has a second way.
Flores trying to slice through with a left uppercut as they elect to stand and slug, and Clottey's been up there, I believe.
He also got hit with a right to the body.
He got hit with a right to the chin and a body again, and he's content to stand and slug.
You know, right now, I was going to say just seconds ago that Clottey loves this kind of fight. Looked like he was liking it. Here's that he may have hurt him a little bit with that right to the body.
And two more body shots from Flores. Flores taking those shots to the head. And now we see Clottey unloading as takes him, and they're Flores creases him with those shots. Closing out this fourth, and good two-way action here in Las Vegas. Maybe the tendency might can't imagine he's getting. He really has given a lot. Well, they want him to box.
On the ropes.
Yeah, on the first round. Or so far as Flores, African in the black trunk.
Things today, you know, he managed and offered fights, and he decided to give with his right to the body, and I'm surprised
get away with it as they clinch and nail him when he's reaching a little.
Happening here now, it's Clottey.
On the opening couple of rounds, is quite as much.
And a chance to win. So what for Josh Clottey? This guy, all that tonight against Felix.
Flores right now cutting the ring off.
Neutralized everything Flores was able to fight. This is basically what we've seen from Josh Clottey. And you will see, you know, an array of uppercuts, head shots, body shots.
Title shot after this. Felix Flores fought for the world title in it as we hit round 6 of a scheduled 10-rounder.
Start asking some questions, all right? And the questions are as follows. You know, here's a man, Felix Flores, not gotten one round by Chop Clottey, who's a great puncher times here, by Josh Clottey, and really another fighter we're watching right now.
Landed plenty as we see here, but Flores has made his count as well, and he's not going anywhere. Shots from Clottey. Clottey's strong and he's aggressive. He's not a one-punch. Very solidly.
Yeah, but it's time to start looking at who better in the rematch. You know, these are the yardsticks that he's now being measured against. I think that would be a terrific fight.
Yeah, well, he's got to dominate Flores a little bit more. We're going to ask for your card after this, Wally. See where you have it.
See, he did in round 4. He's allowing Flores to be in the game.
Yeah, these are free shots. He's taking them as Clottey's backed into his own corner, and he elects to hang there instead of spinning out, getting in the middle of the ring and going to work boxing.
This is exactly where they don't want Josh Clottey is on the ropes.
Well, they want to be looking up at his backside. That's what they're doing now. Clottey in his own corner, electing to trade, and Flores cuts through with those left uppercuts especially. Flores, this is in his wheelhouse. He'll take his chances. He'll take a shot. The Puerto Rican version of the classic Mexican fighter.
Well, he's the kind of guy who likes to trade punches. And, you know, the old saying, it was said by Sam Langford many years ago, whatever the other guy wants to do, don't let him do it.
Big 6th round. We'll be back.
Nick, quick-handed but pretty light flurry from Clottey, and it
got me thinking, and he punched shots.
Second half of the Margarito fight.
Right after the 4th round, he heard it. He's throwing both hands about equally, it seems, but they want him to stick.
This here, and that is when he fights an inside fight, when he lays on the ropes, he allows Felix Flores into the fight. Yeah. When he boxes the 856, he has 4 rounds to 2. Well,
we said be a state and just line up some of those top 10 guys.
To both guys here, surprisingly durable in this fight. You know, you look at the DeMarcus Corley fight, and you think
Corley fight did surprise him twice.
It also durable against Rivera.
With Clottey, the last KO is real stoppage, it seems.
That was a strange little sequence there. I don't mean to interrupt your thought. You're right. He's not, you know, a tremendous knockout puncher, but a solid one. But he kind of turned his back there on Flores. I don't know if he.
Boy, Flores,
he ran into that.
Yeah, come in square. Flores gets nailed with a right hand. And here in the 7th, black and red, Clottey with a big. Yeah, I thought his right hand he showed. Finally got the full extension and looked like he was getting real leverage there down the stretch in the 7th round with that right hand. But look at Flores sinking shots into to get out of there. Let his hands go.
You get the opportunity like this.
There it is.
You know, yeah, you get Clottey standing still. It's like, okay, this is my fight. Let's go.
And he won't be driven back. Clottey trying to drive him back there, but those are arm shots.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of slapping, whether it's starting to show some swelling from
Absolutely.
being hit. So hurt at all. You know, we know the difference between being hurt and being swollen.
Yeah.
You know, swollen. Yeah, he showed, you know what, he sagged there for maybe the first time in the fight.
Still coming forward, turning him in the middle of the ring. Or is trying to land that hook, too. He runs into more punches as Clottey work rate here. Good fight here. No, Flores just running into some big shots. Shots. And as we said again, Clottey's been active, but he hasn't had a stoppage since 2004. And that's a push.
And above. And the other thing is, the fighter goes down like that, it's indicative that the legs are starting to go.
Good point. Clottey looks full of fight. He looks very fresh in this fight. 30 seconds ago in this 8th scheduled 10-round welterweight fight. It's a must-have for Felix. Came in the opponent. Frawley's card won at least two to be convincing.
Here's some of the work of Josh Clottey in round 8, and you'll see he's not really digging with that left hand. You know, he's kind of slapping with it, but he is scoring. And, you know, that's at this point in the
Clottey was missing with the left
fight. Nick has been to the body, especially Clottey's corners and Flores.
Action. There's a body shot
This round.
I don't know what Clottey's doing. He tried a little baby right hand, and then following left to the body had landed a little bit there. Now he
Opportunity to punch in there.
Indicative. We haven't talked. That's a slip. Feel he's comfortably in front.
And he's got to make a bad mistake to blow it at this point.
Yeah, no knockdowns in this fight, and here the referee's out of the picture right now, and he's been out of the picture most of the night, and it's a good thing flinching here. Both guys look pretty fresh.
And they like to close.
Yeah, that's
punch.
a great observation. And that
initiated a hold. Maybe the first of the night.
But I'll tell you, I'm very impressed with the now.
Game.
Yeah. Shot. Both guys have landed pretty hard shots, and they're the body work from Flores, and now it's Clottey trying to come back and forth.
Here's the dilemma here, okay? What contenders have done in between, and you know, you kind of use it as a workout. Nowadays, everything's televised.
It could lull a champion like sort of a stay busy. Judah has to stay busy. Let's just fight Clottey. He's not as dangerous. I don't know. That'd be a good fight in New York.
This might have been designed. We disagree. I think. Yeah. But by the same.
And actually, what I really was zeroing in on is that maybe it's just enough to maybe get him a tie he could look against him. I agree with you, Wally. I mean, Flores is no dog in there. He is a good ring here. He walks into the right. And he's been a good test for Joshua Clottey. Clottey with that lead right hand. Josh Clottey, Felix Flores fight to the finish. Clear lead. Joshua Clottey.